Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ash coming to you for another great video. This is going to be a little bit like a workshop. So today I'm going to be talking about a few things and how you think about money, about cash flow, and your mindset. The way you think about money will determine whether you're an entrepreneur mindset, whether you're an employee mindset, whether you're just looking to maybe get a freebie, which I hope that's not the case. That's why you're not here. But I'm going to talk about there's 4 ways how you should be thinking about the way you think about money, about mindset. So I'm going to draw something out here, and let's just pretend this is an intersection of a street. Okay, so here we go. So let's just draw an intersection. There's an intersection, right, of a street. Okay, so there's traffic coming both ways, this way, and vice versa. And let's pretend that there's an accident. Boom. All right, there's an accident right here. And in that accident, there's obviously money involved because somebody's paying somebody for that accident. It's usually the insurance company, and and there's a way to settle that. So the cops come and they handle it, whatever the case means, ambulances come. So here's the one how it looks like. There's 4 people here that are observing on a street. I'm just going to draw some faces here. Okay. 4 people that are watching this incident that just occurred. Okay. And they all have, different perspective on the issue that just happened. So here's an example. Let's say this accident just occurred, so there's money being exchanged, and how you look at money will determine on whether you're entrepreneur minded and how you can shift to being a business owner or being a successful person. Very important. And why use the accident analogy so that you can remember, because you always remember stories, right? It's hard to remember facts. So here we go. There's an individual who watches this accident and says, hey, it's the red car's fault, or it might be the blue car's fault. Whatever the case is, it's a different perspective. So I'm going to give you 4 perspectives on how people look at money. So here, we're going to call this guy here Oj. And OAJ, Oj, funny name, stands for owns a job. Okay, he works in a job and he pretty much owns it. He's trading time for money. So what's happening is he's limited to the income he can make because he can only work, let's say he's working 40 hours a week and he gets $20 an hour. So he's making, $800 a week or $400 a week, whatever the case may be. Here, we have another person that actually has another job, and it's a small business. I'm going to put SB. And that could be a dentist, that could be a contractor, it could be a retail establishment they own. Okay. They're still working in a job somewhat, but guess what? They're seeing it that they still have to physically be there to make money. So in other words, they have a business, but the business owns them. They don't own the business. They can't walk away from the business for 6 months and still have it run, without them. So their likelihood of being successful without physically working in the business is very limited. That's why they're working in the job. So they're still working in it, but they still own an asset, which is not a bad idea. It's somewhat better than this. Here, you can't even sell your job because you're working for somebody else. You can't sell a job, but here, at least you can sell a business. Let's move up into here. Now, these are the guys that actually own a business like a franchise. I'm going to put here franchise model. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to own a franchise, but you could have a business that's set up like a franchise and it functions like a franchise. What does that mean? It means owning a system. SYSTEMS. So I'm going to tell you what system for me stands for. SYSTEMS. That stands for save yourself time, energy, money soon, right? So that's a system. What is a system? Something that you set up and it runs on automation. It runs pretty much on its own. You just do have to oversee it though. You got to manage it to make sure it's running properly, but it's not like over here where it's running like a job, where you physically have to go there, physically do the mundane 10 things every day, just like an employee would be doing. Here, you're relying on a system to do the work for you. An example of that could be a funnel in a business. What is a funnel? That is where you have leads coming in and the leads go through a video they watch, let's say, and it leads them to the next page. They click on that next page, and that means they're watching another video perhaps, or filling out a survey question, which some of you have done this on the internet already. All of that is taking place without the human interaction. In fact, now we're using AI technology to move people through a process. And over here, I'm going to kind of draw this over here. I'm going to use a different color marker to see better. And in a system, it's a series of steps. Here, you saw a video, let's say. That's a video, and it has where you opt in your name and email over here, let's say. Then it goes to the next page. And here's where you fill out a survey question, and it goes to the next page. And then maybe you saw another video kind of explaining a little more in depth what the product is. And then here you have what we call a sales page, SP. And this is where you did your transaction and you pulled out your credit card and you made a transaction. And then after that, there could be another option of booking a time with a consultant or a coach. Okay. And this could be the booking page, BP. All right. You'll notice a process of all of this happening without any human interaction. Nobody has gone out and knocked on a door saying, hey, would you like to buy my product? Or picked up the phone and saying, hey, I'm offering this service to you or product. None of that has happened. This is what you call true automation. This could be happening while you're asleep. Okay. And guess what? Next morning you wake up and you have people booked on your calendar. Or you could have somebody else booked on your business's calendar and they could do the work for you. That's another way to have a system where you could still be down in the Caribbean enjoying with a pina colada in your hand and enjoying the life, and let the system and the people do the work for you. All you have to do is monetize it, make sure that these numbers are converting X number of exposure to your business, X number of clicks. And what your click-through rate is, that's part of traffic and marketing we can talk about later. But this is a process and a system that is taking place. And this is why people here work 10 hours a week, produce a 6-figure income, or sometimes 7 figures or more. Now here, this is where it gets really exciting. This is another time for another video, and I'm going to call it SMS. This is creating other systems like this where you can monetize and make money. All right. So I'm going to call these guys. This is another time, another video. These are where you're super happy, where you're actually creating other systems like this, maybe multiple other products. So I'll give you an example of affiliate marketing. The cool thing about affiliate marketing is you don't have to physically manufacture a product to sell or create your own product or a course. It's already done there for you. So there's products out there that you can market. And this is what all this affiliate marketing is all about. So here's the cool thing about this. When you have a system in place, okay, this provides you leverage to do the work. Now, here's where the problem comes in. Why people stay here and not move up across this line comes down to this. It's a 4-letter word, risk. And I want to ask you a question here. Here, let's just say you're going to be working what I call the 40-40 plan. And the 40-40 plan is you work 40 hours a week for 40 years. You end up being 65 years old. And did you know that 95% of the people that turn 65 either are dead or broke? Well, if you're dead, you're not turning 65, right? So why is this? Is because all the income you're making from a JOB is being consumed in what we call expenses. And that's why it's happening. So how average people think is they believe that when they have money, that's designed to pay their bills, their expenses. And whatever's left over, they're going to buy some stuff. Go see a movie, buy a nice watch, get some nice clothes, which are all good things you need, I understand. But you can negotiate those. Here, owning your own business, they think that's the answer. It is partially, but it's not time freedom. It may give you financial freedom. There's people, business owners that make $100,000 plus a year doing this, but get this, they're putting in not 40 hours a week, more like 60 or 70 hours a week. How many business owners do you know that work 12-hour days? That's half a day, by the way. I used to work half a day. But here, the system is doing the work. So this 40 to 60 hours you can buy back when you invest in a business. And why do you call it invest? Because there's an ROI, return on investment, and there's a return on time, ROT. See, if you stay here doing this for the rest of your life, you will never have what I call time freedom. And we all know this, right? That time freedom comes when you let go some of your capital or your credit, whatever you have, even to borrow money. So that way, this 60 hours a week is not required at this side of the fence. So no 60 hours a week here, no, more like 10 hours a week of work. Because the other 40, 50 hours a week, guess who's doing the work? This thing right here. The system is doing the work for you. Okay, that's why people are not afraid to invest 20, 30, 40, $50,000 as long as they can see an ROI. Now, here's the cool thing about being a business owner. You don't have to understand all of this, the ins and outs of how this works. You do have to understand how to manage it. So that's something for another video we're going to talk about. But I hope you understand the concept of how money works. If you're on this side of the fence, I highly encourage you to start having an entrepreneur's mindset, using leverage, using capital. Look at your time is worth more money than your money you have right now. Okay, any money you have right now, let go of it to buy time, because guess what? You only have a certain number of days to live in this planet, and every day that goes by, that number keeps shrinking. But money, you can always make more. You can always get a refund. You can always get money back. You cannot get a refund with time. So with that said, hope you like this video. Share it with people you know who can help. Click on the good YouTube-y stuff that you got to do, and I'll speak to you again next time. Have a great day.